Alex Hanser here, and I'm going to consolidate a lot of very important points in this video. And I want to be very clear. There is sacred masculine and there is sacred feminine. That is not the same as the average woman or the average man or how they express themselves to be. They're very unmasculine men and very unfeminine women. What we're not doing now is judging. What we're doing is taking a real look at what humans today have become and what is really important. First of all, let's start with what's important, and then let's get into reality. What is important is the defense of the sacred feminine and masculine. As Mark Passio talks about at whatonearthishappening.com, which a lot of you are now familiar with, now that you've got some background information, I've been talking about some of the same stuff Mark's been talking about for years. So now that you're up to speed on some of those concepts, let's get real with it. If I had a nickel for every time a woman tried to deliberately hurt me, emotionally, through some way, either her words or the disconnection of a friendship, because I addressed the war on the sacred feminine. I cannot tell you how horrifying it is to watch women get in line in the dark masculine program, because there's light and dark to the masculine. Protect the woman or rape the woman. Dark would be rape, light would be protect. With feminine, it would be like tricking women into the dark man's world. That's dark feminine. And then like light feminine is nurturing, loving, empathy, creating life. Again, dark feminine would be supporting dominators that destroy life, supporting men that are literally overseas murdering people that did nothing to this country on 9/11. That's dark feminine, that's dark masculine. And so we see men and women in this world creating their own reality. And it's very important that the men and women understand that there are good men and women on this planet, and there are bad men and women that are duplicating. And they are supporting archonic systems that are at war with Gaia. Because the archonic system is all about conquesting the goddess. Conquest, rape, domination. And people think that when you talk about this, you're fucking nuts. Because you have sight they don't have. And they misunderstand the message. They misunderstand that when you address these things, you're not attacking the woman. You're not attacking the man. And when you talk about a region where this stuff's going on, you're honing in really on what you can see because you have familiarity with it. I never said that this city is worse than this. Reality doesn't work that way. I've already explained in other videos that altruism, this is all good or this is all bad, is not in my understanding. There's good and bad to all things. There's light and dark. There's an up and a down. There's a yin and a yang. There's a night and a day. There's a masculine and a feminine. There is balance. Left brain creative, left brain analytical. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? McFly, is there anybody home? So let's recenter and breathe. Oh, balancing sacred, masculine, feminine, left brain, right brain, night, day, east, west, north, south, oh, left hand, right hand, make the circle complete. Did I illustrate for you in a calmer tone balance? Because when I see someone attacking me, expressing that truth, I see wickedness, I see evil, and I'm looking directly into it. And I'm realizing those people aren't grounded people. They're wicked people that harbor materialism in their hearts. And isn't it funny that over the years, so many married women have used me emotionally to talk to me and pick my mind about the matrix. But once I talk about supporting dominators and I speak out against that, the widespread female support of male dominators, all of a sudden some panties are in a bunch. And Alex becomes the bad man. Bad man. Bad man. Bad man. Years ago, I talked about public safety in Portland. One day, plummeting. Not wishing it. Not trying to apply law of attraction, but noticing the trends. What's happened before, historical trends. And this new age bullshit has really fucked shit up. And really clouded intuition. Because we are not out of the jungle. There is still human babano, fuck anything all night behavior going on. And when you address what's going on this planet, the lustful alien energy that is still chasing the Earth female, the New Age bullshit artists will hate you for it. Because you can see what they cannot see. And they would rather believe that this is crazy. Or even more hysterical, they would rather believe that I'm even saying this because I have the agenda to control women. Ooh, that's a bright one. I will never forget a Portland woman telling me that. Just days before I moved to Estacada in 2011, which preceded my exit from Portland. My exit from Portland was based around several factors. On a spiritual level, I was meant to get out and see more of the world. Not the whole world, but the part of the world that I was meant to. Many people in Portland didn't understand that, especially Portland women. Why would you go somewhere else? Everything is so fine here. Everything is not fine here. I have now confirmed that I'm not crazy. This is the city of BDSM. Do you know what BDSM is? When you tie your partner up and you fuck them like you're raping them. When you look at the porn stores that are here, when you look at the strip clubs that are here, you don't have to be a consumer of those things to be aware that there's more of that here, because the earth energies raise human libido and sexual performance, sexual endurance, sexual hunger, sexual desire. Is that evil? I never said it was evil. It's a great place to get it on with someone you love. How's that? It's a great place to make love in the forest. Nature's beautiful. It's awesome. Sex with someone you love is awesome. Hell, sex one night stands and with no strings attached and no drama. That's awesome too. Hey, you just got one from me for free. I'm not judging sex. There is a light and a dark to all things, though, and this city holds a vile sexual energy that runs through its arteries. But you attack those that can see, because the dark side inside you that you haven't grounded wants to shut me up. I was already driven from this town. Energetically, I felt by forces that didn't want me here because of the message that I was speaking. I've had encounters in the astral where certain entities were not happy with me for trying to wake many women up by bringing these messages forth. Now that people like Mark Passio, David Icke, and others are out there speaking of similar things, I'm not alone. But I've come to many of these conclusions on my own before I even knew who these men were. I saw it in my own world in Portland. Now with the internet, you are exposed to other ideas. You are exposed to other pieces of information. You're exposed to the spoken word. So why laugh in the face of it when you hear the Alex Yancey version? When I hone in on Portland, because I know this city like many others. If I lived in Dallas, if I lived in New York, I would be analyzing New York. I would be analyzing 75th Street. I would be analyzing Broadway. I would be talking about the people that live in the tunnels beneath Times Square, and what a horrible experience that must be. Especially if you're not on drugs and you just can't afford to live. I would speak for New York if I lived in New York. I speak for Portland because this is my home. And I stand with the Earth Goddess. I don't stand for you energy parasites that came here because your city already imploded, be it Detroit, be it Philly, be it Los Angeles, be it New York. You want to know why I'm upset? A couple women attacked me this week and defriended me on Facebook for things that I said. I started a whole new comical because I am talented when I write, when I put my focus to it, and a lot of people on my Facebook agree. You might be in Portland if, you might be a redneck. I came up with some amazing shit I'm going to use later. I said things that they thought were attacking Portland or them because Portland is such a powerful energetic pull that many people think that when they move to Portland, they become Portland. It even happened to me. You got to learn to ground yourself and realize there's you and there's the city, and they're not necessarily, you don't want to mix your energies completely with Portland. And if you're doing that, your energy system has been compromised. What does that mean? If you're not even at that level, we're not even the same ballpark. You're not even in the class. You didn't even register for the information that I'm actually sharing. You want to hear about conspiracy theories? Okay? You can go somewhere else. These aren't conspiracy theories. These are spiritual realities. And everything, as I've said for years, but now that I'm in Portland and I can feel my heart, even more so, it's hitting home for me again just how right I was. the solutions to the world's problems is the restoration of balance between man and woman. That's where the solution lies. It is in family. It is in community. It isn't in a bukkake, come-on-her-face porn store. If you don't understand that there's wickedness on this planet that's vile, that's about dominating the sacred feminine, you don't know what planet you're on, and you may be a first-time human. Now, whether or not you're prepared for that type of information, or you're willing to believe that we're in a reincarnation time wheel, that's not my fucking problem, is it, honey? The issue is, until you figure out what this world's about, you're going to keep coming back and back and back until you understand the sacred masculine and feminine. Now, the sacred masculine protects the feminine. And so when a woman attacks a man for trying to protect the sacred, that she is degrading herself and she is not evolving whatsoever. New Age bullshit has contaminated the minds of billions. In some way, shape, or form. Of course, Islam is the largest religion. The New Age bullshit may be just under that. And that deals with, oh, we're going to be saved from this. Let's just focus on the positive. And then people wake up into a fucking dystopian nightmare with their butts put out like this and chains put on the wall. And big old gargoyles with 20-inch dicks come out right off the spacecraft. And people go, what the fuck happened? It's just like Zecharia Sitchin warned us about. The return to the fallen angels. Well, I'll tell you what, without getting too deep into all that, the alien presence is still here on the earth. Whether you identify that to be reptilian, cybernetic, Pleiadian, or archonic. Archonic is beyond the time you understand. There's no cycles coming in and out, removing the overall system. There is an overall arcing, archonic problem on the earth that transcends these little times that you've got in your head. Of cycles, even my own understanding of cycles. There is a spirit of evil that calls Earth home. This is the land of Lucifer. And this also is the land of fairies. But beware of the gargoyles that hide themselves in fairies' clothing, for they are everywhere. I myself have to face myself in the mirror and admit that I was wrong. Do you guys ever admit that you were wrong? Those of you women that have spent years judging me for my message, so few of you are actually taking the time to watch this. And most of you that are female that are watching this understand my message, but some of you have judged me at some point in the past. And you're just now starting to wake up that there's something more to Lady Gaga getting on all fours and barking like a doggy. Was I not talking about that in 2008 when some people thought that was weird? That must mean I was tapping into something then. What else can I see? Does anybody ever ask that? They only assume I know nothing, because that props up their New Age bullshit. Some of you think I'm addressing one particular person. I'm addressing hundreds of you at the exact same time. I'm doing this with finesse, my friends, because there are so many of you that have been plagued by the bullshit systems. And calling out New Age bullshit is not calling out spiritual concepts or the idea of ascending. It's the New Age bullshit that, all I have to do is peace for peace. That little bullshit that was in The Secret. No, there is great power in saying what you don't stand for. I don't stand for rape. I stand for protecting the tribe. I don't stand for invasion. I stand for, instead, let's grow our own food. Hey, did you guys know that quinoa grows in the San Luis Valley of South Central Colorado? And I just so happen to have discovered that recently. Why isn't there more interest from the liberty community? You know, the agorists. We're agorists. We're volunteerists. Ron Paul! Ron Paul! Ron Paul! Okay, put your fucking agorist granola-eating motherfucking money where your mouth is. And let's have an independent community, a colony of liberty. Or are we going to go Rand Paul 2016? I'll stand with Rand! People that say I stand with Rand sound like retarded stepchildren that were dropped on the back of the bus and drugged for miles and miles. Rand Paul fucked you. Ron Paul fucked you by promoting his son. I don't know how much more simpler I can say that. So look, I want to complete this thought. Women and men will evolve spiritually and hopefully off the planet when they see the value of the sacred masculine and feminine within. When you attack sacred masculine and feminine, you're degrading your own soul's evolution. And I want to thank you so much for watching.